Dhamma sharing theme on happiness. Last Sunday, Bande Kumara shared with us on the topic, Are You Happy? Today's Dhamma talk is entitled The Art of Cultivating Happiness at Home by Brother Tom Hen. Before the talk begins, let me give a short profile of a very own, well-known speaker who doesn't need much introduction. Brother Tom Hen is a trained Chinese physician and operates a clinic in Puchong. He is an inspired Dhamma speaker who focuses on applied Buddhism and daily Dhamma practices. His sharing is engaging and experiential. He is an active Sangha builder and has been a past president and Exco member of KMBS in Dhammaduta activities. I now invite Brother Tom to comment his talk. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu.
No problem. Okay, brother Dhamma, brother and sister in the Dhamma, thanks KMBS to invite me to come to share this topic about happiness. And before I start, I just want a favor from you. Can I raise a hand who attended last week's talk? Okay, very good. Do you mind to just give me a key thing or that Kumara have taught last week? Just a quick recap. You want to try? Okay. Got that. Yes. Mm-hmm. Okay. Attachment causes suffering, and when we detach, then we become happy. Yeah. I remember he said it is a dangerous question to ask. Are you happy? Right. I didn't manage to listen to the entire recording, but just the beginning of it. Yeah. I think he also make a point. He explained about what is the happiness, right? From that sense, yeah. Okay, this week basically we focus on how we cultivate happiness at home. Yeah. The entire thing approach here, we are using the right mindfulness to promote happiness, and also we also try to reduce or even to transform suffering into happiness using mindfulness practice. Yeah. Can I have a show of hand? How many of you have experience in practice meditation? Okay, that's good. But doesn't matter whether you did meditation before or not. It's not required for this talk here. Just let you know what is right mindfulness. Definition is the awareness arises from paying appropriate attentions on purpose in present moment without judging, and it is inclusive and loving. Yeah, this basically just aware what? Aware the present moments and without judging, and also with the inclusiveness and loving. Yeah, As you know, the right mindfulness is one of the noble eightfold path. Yeah. But once we practice right mindfulness, basically we are practicing the remaining of the 7 as well. Yeah. As we know, at home we imply family. Yeah, family. And what kind of feeling you recall when we mention your family? As for myself, the family, it gives me basically they support me, they raise me up, they give me the support, give me the educations. There's a lot of joy, when I think about my family. But something unavoidable, there's also pain arise, misunderstanding, conflict between the family member. That also bring me pain as well. The person who gives me the most joy is my grandma. When I was 4 years old, she started to raise me up. I think when she passed away, I'm about 30 over years old. It's mean I had a long, close to 30 years relationship with her. Yeah, she's someone that very kind-hearted. Yeah, I remember when I was young, she always feed myself and also my sister, and only she consumed the rice. At last, I hardly remember she said she fall sick. Yeah, my grandma never fall sick. Yeah, but after she passed away, I tried to recall. I said, not possible. No human being don't fall sick, right? And I recall there are some occasion moments when she took nap. When I go to prompt her, say, Grandma, I want this or I need this, then she will say, Grandma is very tired, let Grandma take a nap. And that is the moment she fall sick. But she never told us, I fall sick, don't come and disturb me. That's why she's very kind-hearted. She's a person that I learned about love today. Yeah? And I felt to be loved, and I learned the love and learned how to love as well. I really indebted to her. I can see that inside myself, I inherit some of her quality as well. Yeah? There's a beauty of it. Yeah. Of course, I also have pain. Yeah. I think my mother gave me the most pain. My mother's he's quite a bad-tempered person. Yeah, because of her upbringing. Yeah, I think she influenced by my grandfather. She carried the kind of so-called angry energy within her. Yeah. But of course, later on, I managed to reconcile with her. Yeah. But during the younger age, although we has been helping a lot of housework, and my grandma is a hawker. Hawkers need to prepare a lot of things. Yeah. A lot of chore to be done at home. No matter how much work we help up, but she doesn't seem satisfied. Yeah. Always harsh work or even punishment after punishment. That are the pain that I experienced when I was younger. Yeah. I think every family, even yourself, there is joy and also pain. It's life, right? It's life. That's a fact of life. But now what we do is we learn the Dhamma. What we want to do is we want to increase the joy and happiness in our family, isn't it? And at the same time, we reduce the pain or the suffering. Yeah. In this talk, I will use happiness and joy interchangeably. Yeah. Although they are different. Yeah. But joy and pain. Yeah. Pain and suffering and joy and happiness. Before I move on into promoting joy in the family and reduce pain, I think it's important that we have to focus back to ourselves. Because if we are suffer, then the family cannot be happy, isn't it? If we have to start from ourselves, how we able to also promote joy within us and also promote and also reduce pain within us as well. Agreeable? Yeah, we started from ourselves. Yeah. How we promote joy. In fact, we ourselves can create joy and happiness. Although in the past we has been conditions, you need to pass your exams, get a good grade, top 10 in the class, then you'll be happy. Yeah. Or get a good job. Yeah. Marry to a beautiful and nice spouse. Get promotion, successful, get a good car. Those are become like the society give us this kind of information, this kind of condition. You achieve this, then you are happy. But we've gone through that path before, isn't it? We graduated from university. We're happy for a moment, right? Maybe 2 weeks. Then after that, then back to the life again. Those are conditioned happiness, or the worldly happiness, which are condition-based. If the condition no longer there, then we fall short. We are no longer happy. Yeah, we brought a new car. Wow, so nice. But after 3 days, park somewhere, gonna scratch by someone. Then, are you still happy or you angry? Yeah, these are those conditions. But what I mean is, we can cultivate joy and happiness that are lasting, which are unconditioned, that we can do ourselves. Yeah, basically, we may think it like, count on our blessing or appreciation. Yeah, are we living quite a decent life now? Yeah, we are, isn't it? We have a roof on top, we have food on table, which we ought to be appreciate our gratitude. Those are happy. Yeah. Sometimes we take for granted. Now you're okay, you don't feel pain. Then one blue moon, one fine day, you had a toothache. I think you had toothache before. Then it's very painful, right? But after the dentist helped you to remove that bad tooth or bad teeth, you got a relief. You're happy. But very fast we forget about it. Yeah, we forget about that. Yeah. And there are joy in our life and also suffering in our life as well. In fact, in our life, there are 8 types of so-called suffering that we face, every one of us. The first one is born, 生老病死, born, age, sick, and death. These are the 4, universal. Yeah. And there's another 4. Yeah. Another 4 is, the Chinese say, 爱别离, 验证会, 所求不得, 烦恼炽生. It means people that we love left us. Maybe they passed away. Maybe they are migrated. People we like. People are supportive to us, but separated. This is one of the pain. Yeah. The 5th one. The 6th one is people are harsh to us. People, who treat us badly, then we have to work together with them, or even live together with them, or one of the relatives. This we call is also a pain. Yeah. And then the 7th one, the 7th is what we wish we cannot get. We yield for something. We has been in the post for 10 years. We yield for promotion but cannot get. Those are things that we yield for but cannot get. It causes us pain as well. Yeah. And the last one is we have a lot of negative thought happen in our mind that seems uncontrollable. 烦恼炽生, it means those thoughts that bothering us, negative thought. These are also the suffering that we experience. But today we're going to learn about how we create joy and happiness, and at the same time we transform this negative into happiness as well. It's just like when you cultivate. For example, you step to a dog poo. It's very smelly, like the dog poo, sticky and smelly, and we really discuss about it, right? We want to get rid of it soon, as fast as possible. This dog poo for us is like negative. But what if you can get this dog poo, strip to the garden, go to the mango tree that you plant, dig a hole, those dog poo into the soil, and then patch it back, and it become nutrient to your mango tree? It will, right? And then the next season comes, the mango tastes sweeter. This is what I mean, transform the negative into the positive, from sting into sweetness. Yeah. We learn about how to embrace that negative feeling. Yeah. But before that, we have to establish ourselves. We need to be mindful. Yeah. The exercise that I list down here is an instruction by the Buddha in the Anapanasati. Basically, it's called awareness of breathing. Yeah. And today we have a chance to practice together. Yeah. No point just study some book value, but I want everyone, including myself, to practice and bring this back home and practice. Yeah. We practice together. Yeah. Okay. We'll use the bell to assist us. Yeah. You can close your eyes or you can open your eye. Doesn't matter. Yeah. Before that, let us relax our body first. Yeah. Let's sit in comfortable positions. Adjust your body. Yeah. Find a comfortable positions. Feel the top of your head. Can you feel your hair? Feel your forehead. Relax the forehead. Feel your eyes, your face. Relax all the muscle. Relax your jaw and your tongue. Relax your throat, your neck and shoulder. Relax the muscle. Relax both of your arms, your hands. Feel the little joint in the bone of your hands and muscle. Relax them. Now move back to your chest. Relax your back, your spine, and your rib cage. Now move down to your pelvis, your buttock. Can you feel the touching sensation between the cushion and your buttock? Relax your pelvic joint. Relax both your thigh, your knee, your calf and shin. Relax your heel and your toe. Relax. Now we use the bell. There is like a mantra. The first one is breathing in. I know I'm breathing in. Breathing out. I know I'm breathing out. And after the bell, we can do 3 cycles of in-breath and out-breath. Breathing in, I know I'm breathing in. Breathing out, I know I'm breathing out. In, out. Just aware of your breathing. Don't control it. Just observe. Yeah. Now we do the second one. Breathing in, my breath grows deep. Breathing out, my breath goes slowly. Deep, slow. Use a keyword to anchor your thought. Yeah. Now we move to the third exercise. Aware of my body, I'm breathing in. Relaxing my body, I'm breathing out. Aware of body, relaxing body. The fourth exercise, coming to your body, I'm breathing in. Caring for my body, I'm breathing out. Calming body, caring body. Move to the fifth and sixth exercise. What we have done so far is we calm our body, we take care of our body. Now we move into the second dimension of our body, which is feeling and emotion. Feeling joy to be alive, I'm breathing in. Feeling happiness, I'm breathing out. Feeling joy, feeling happy. Aware of my emotions, I'm breathing in. Calming my emotions, I'm breathing out. Now we repeat the exercise 2, but with open eye. Open your eyes and place one of your palm at your belly. Your belly, yeah. One of the hand. Open eye, then we do it. Yeah? Because we need to practice ourselves that while we are open eyes, we still can be mindful. Yeah? Breathing in, my breath grows deep. Breathing out, my breath goes slowly. Deep and slow. Breathing in, I know I'm breathing in. Breathing out, I know I'm breathing out. In, out. now we do the second 8. You can replace the emotion with any negative feeling that you have at this moment. Maybe boring, maybe anger or agitated. Yeah. But place your hand at your heart region. Yeah. Just place here when you feel your heart. Yeah. Aware of my emotions, I'm breathing in. Calming my emotions, I'm breathing out. Aware of emotions, calming emotions. Any feedback from the floor? We are just started to practice. Do you feel anything? The first set of exercise basically calm our body. The second one basically calm our emotions. Yeah. You can see the 5th and the 6th, basically we cultivate the joyful feeling. Feeling joy, I'm breathing in. Feeling happy, I'm breathing out. And this is what we mean you can cultivate happiness and joy. Yeah? Because mindfulness is a positive energy. Because in our daily chore or work, our mind has been running around. We do a lot of planning for the futures. Okay, boss is coming after me for this sales quota. Then can I meet this quota or not? Or the project team will come after me as a project managers on the timeline and the budget and everything. These are, we call our mind shift to future. And then our mind also shift to the past, regret. I should have done this. I should get this subcontractor to finish the job on time. You know, these are called regret. This thing make us uneasy. Our mind either move to the future and the past. How our mind are here to be present and enjoy this moment and enjoy the garden view. You know, have a good big garden, but no time to enjoy the gardens. Yeah, that's why we're feeling joy, creating happiness is where we bring our mind back to the body. When only the mind with the body, you are truly alive. Or else we are like, what, robot or crops, you know. Our mind shifted future, past. Worry about futures, regret about the past. You examine yourself, you do an inventory check. Most of our minds are shifting towards future or the past. Very seldom we at the present. You go to any restaurant now, parents, 2 children. The father's smoking, then the phone. How many things he's the mother, iPad, shaking leg. You know. 2 kids also, 1 iPad, 1 phone. And everyone is scattered around the mind. And how many people are really truly present and makan, consume the food? Only the grandmother without handphone one. Eat mindfully. Still using the Nokia 3310. Right? That's the one. That one is more mindful. When we say we create joy and happiness, it means we are truly alive. We have not been truly alive most of the time. Yeah. And the 7 and 8 can see aware of emotion. This one is for us to tackle our feeling. Let's say these emotions mean feeling. You can replace these emotions with any feeling that you experience, especially negative feeling. Of course, the first 5 and 6 is promote joy. The 7 and 8 basically is to reduce the pain. Yeah, you calm your emotions. It's just like a mother calming a baby. We ourselves is the baby. We ourselves is the mother. When the baby cries in the midnight, As a young mother, you don't know how to take care of baby, isn't it? You don't know what happened. I'm not a medical doctor. How would I know what happened to the baby? But what you have is the love and attentions and care for the baby. And after you grab them up, you hold them, and most of the time, the baby calm down, isn't it? And you start to check, oh, pampers too wet already, or hungry, or whatever. Then you know, because you attend to it. What I mean is, when we experience negative feeling, we also don't know how to solve it at the first time. But what we can do is we attend to ourselves, just like we attend to the baby. And you will find most of the time, it calms down. It calms down most of the time. Yeah. Because sometimes when emotion comes, it's like a turmoil, you know. It's just like a ship in the oceans, hurricanes. You simply don't know how to do. Yeah? That's why a lot of people don't know how to handle emotions and decided to go to 15th floor and jump down, you know. But we are the one here, we learn the true Dhammas, we have the skill, we can learn the skill to handle this. When you do this exercise, it's just like you press a button in your ship, auto-navigated, go back to Port Klang, a safe shore. The hurricane's still out there. Don't know where it stopped. And we know it will stop. Definitely it will stop. The storm, the typhoon, it will stop, isn't it? Every typhoon stop. But we don't know when. But what we can do is to find ourselves a safe place to park the ship. By doing this exercise, basically you calm yourself. You're pressing the buttons, you park, auto, navigate, GPS, park at the port. That's it, you know. Or park at the nearest islands. Yeah. These are the features, these are the skills that we can learn. Yeah. Sometimes I call this is a kind of spiritual kung fu. You learn this, then you can take care of your emotions. If you can take care of emotion, you can take care of the emotion of your children. You can sit with them, guide them to use their hand to touch the belly, to breathe together. You know, to breathe together. Yeah. Of course, after we've taken care of ourselves, we can handle our family better. Yeah. How to increase the joy? There's one practice, there are two practices here. One is we call waters the positive seed. What we mean, water the positive seed? Because, for example, myself, I have good quality in me. Being patient, being creative, resourceful. But I also have negative seed in me. Anger, you know. You can look, Brother Tom give Dhamma talk very calmly. But hit the traffic jam, it can turn the monster. So there's kind of negative seed that we have, you know. It's just a different set, different collections. Yeah. What we mean is, water the seeds means among the family member, have the understanding, I will promote your good qualities. I don't want to touch your hot button. I water your good seed. You're very skillful to make this Chinese cookie, you know, praise the person, you know. In the daily thing, this person is very patient, praise them, encourage them, you know. Water each other's seed. You know, the pain about family member is we know each other so well. I know exactly where is your hot button. Isn't it? Go to tuition class. Wow, we just got this marble cake sent by auntie. Then purposely treat him. We're going to finish the cake by the time you come back. Right? These are not water the good seed. Basically, you are touching his hot button. You know that sibling crave for food, crave for cake. You purposely want to stir him up, you know. These are not the practice of water the good seed. Water the good seed, collectively agree, know each other's strength and good quality, touch them. I mean, recognize them, you know. Then the person would want, you know, to live up to that, you know. When more good seed appeared, the bad seed also dormant, you know. I just draw one diagram. You can see very clearly. These are mine. Yeah? This where we call the store, or we call it subconscious. This where our conscious mind, the away. Inside here there is seed, right? Our karmic seed, maybe our previous life, or maybe inherit from my current parent or my grandparent. There are some bad seed, there are some good seed here. But when conditions arise, the seed will manifest. In the traffic jam, someone cut my queue, the seed of anger, the condition come, it sprout up, it grows here. Become an anger. When this anger show, yell at the person, you create more seed back to here again. Yeah? Create more seed, bad seed here. If you let this happen. But sometimes we bound to it happen. But how, what we mean is, we water the good seed. Yeah? Mindfulness is one of the good seed. We can call them. By doing the practice just now, you are calling your good seed. The mindfulness seed, when this happens, the 7 and 8, when the negative emotions, when they're aware, feel agitated, the anger is here. Instead of respond the way we used to, we call the good seed in us. Ask the mindfulness come up. The mindfulness will embrace the anger like the mother embraced the baby. By doing this, what does it mean? You are mindful about your emotions, and then you mindfully calm your anger emotion as well. And by doing this fellow will dissolve. And this experience become, okay, I want to test, is this anger a wholesome or unwholesome thing? Unwholesome, right? We all know unwholesome. But by call our mindfulness energy here to embrace this, mindful about these emotions, is this wholesome or unwholesome? It's wholesome. Brilliant. It means we can't avoid unwholesome emotion ripen when conditions arise. But the beautiful thing is, we can turn this episode into a wholesome. Isn't it? That we say transformations. We transform this. Yeah? And collectively, more and more hate, more and more mind in the family. We support each other. Even in KMBS, we support each other. We water each person good seed. When we water more good seed, the good one, it's just like the crops. When you plant more beautiful plant on the soil, the lalang cannot find a space to grow up. This is how people do nursery. They plant those nice flowers, they call the carpet. They grow them, then the lalang have no chance to grow up. This is how they control the crops. You can't get rid of the crop, the lalang seed. You can't. Yeah. It's just like at our age now, if our boss tell me, okay, correct your weaknesses, and then you can tell boss, at this age, it's very hard for me to get rid of the weaknesses. If I'm now 10 years old, yeah, fine. But I'm already 40 years old, 45 years old. The only way to excel is to bring out my strength. And then my strength is fill up the room, then the weaknesses also not noticeable. Same concept here. Yeah. Everybody have good and bad. Support each other. Water. What I mean, water the positive seed. if you want, maybe during Vesak Day, the family members sit together, talk about this. Sign a treaty that we're going to only water each other positive seed. If that person forget and that water your bad seed, you can raise. You can agree on one sign. Okay, when I show this sign, it's mean, my dear, don't water my bad seed. You remind the person. You remind the person. This is called the water the positive seed practice. Yeah. You see below there's two small lines here. Dearest, I'm here for you. This is also we call the loving speech. For example, if you are a spouse, you are parents, you want to show the person you love you are being supportive. You can tell them, dearest, I'm here for you. Yeah. Sometimes you talk to them, or something can be unverbal as well. You saw the other fellow was busy doing report, 1 hour, then 2 hours, then you're aware that he might be thirsty. You bring him a bottle of water, just place there for him. It's unverbal. It means I know I'm here for you. I'm here to support you. If you like to replace the dearest into honey, it's fine. Honey, I'm here for you. Darling, I'm here for you. It depends your language with your spouse or your children. And if the other person who received the water or the support, dearest, I know you are here. I'm very happy. Just simply say thank you, for preparing this meal for me. It's mean appreciative. Some of this can be verbal, can be non-verbal. Yeah. I think Chinese sometimes we are very non-verbal type. Yeah. But sometimes no harm to be verbalized, just to tell them. It's called the water, the positive. We move on. The second one is when we face confrontations, misunderstanding, how we solve these problems. We call them mindful reconciliations. Yeah. Of course, there are also two mantras that you can use. Dearest, I know you are suffer, I'm here for you. When you're aware of the other party is suffer, or bothered by his work, or bothered by the children, and he cannot handle, you offer yourself and say, dearest, I know you are suffer, I'm here for you. What can I help? What can I help? You feel your children can't cope with the homework or study, you tell them, I know that you are bothered by your homework. I'm here for you. What can I do for you? You can replace the word suffer, You don't say, I become suffer, I know you are not happy. I know you are bothered by something. I'm here for you. Sometimes we do not need someone to give us the solution, but we just want someone to be there, to support us mentally. Yeah. I'm the financial controller, I got a problem, but my spouse not accounting trained. Can she help me? Yes, she does. When you say, I know that you are not happy with your work, or what can I do for you? I'm here for you. Just listen out. Yeah. Just listen out. Especially women when they have problem, they want someone to talk to. Yeah. We don't need to solve the problem. Sometimes men feel like we need to solve the problem. We want to be hero. They tell me problem I want to solve, But sometimes when we cannot solve, then we feel very lousy. But most of the time, they don't need us to solve that problem. They just want someone to share the feeling. That's why sometimes we men don't need to be Superman. Just listen, don't do anything. Most of the time, that already gives a lot of relief. And then the fourth one is more challenging one. He said, dearest, I'm suffer, please help. This one when you feel hurt, and you feel that it's because of your family member hurt you or caused you unhappiness, that's where you communicate with us, or you communicate with them. You tell them, dearest, I'm very unhappy. I spent the whole afternoon to prepare the meal for you. You just received one call from your colleague. There you go. I feel hurt. Then you tell them, and then the other parties have a chance. You just say, oh, not just a normal call. The boss say the office had some urgent thing. I just received an urgent call, then I go. Doesn't mean that I don't appreciate your cooking or have meal with you. It's just that special case, special problem, whatever. But there is a communications. Don't starve inside the heart. Let them, starve the negative feeling for 3 months or 6 months. One day it will explode. Try as much to reconcile on the same day or the same week. These are we call the loving speech. You communicate. You also give the other party a chance to explain. Maybe we feel wrongly. Sometimes we perceive wrongly. Sometimes it's no point to argue who right and wrong. I just aware that you felt that your feeling you felt is real, but you may be misunderstanding me most of the time. But your feeling is real. Then I acknowledge your feeling. But most likely you misunderstand me. There is a kind of communications that strengthen the bond. Of course, there's more detailed step to do this. We call mindful reconciliations or mindful peacemaking. Whatever exercise you practice or we practice just now help into doing this process. You see, when we feel stressed, we feel irritated, there is a word here, stop, right? Stop. Stop means you don't respond immediately, try to fight back. You hurt me, I hurt you. You make me suffer, I make you more suffer. Those are the natural response. But what we do here is we stop. You have learned just now to calm your body, breathing in, I'm aware of my breathing. Breathing out, I'm aware of my breathing. Just feel. Now come back to your breath. Calm your body and feeling. I'm aware I'm angry now. I'm calming my breath. These are the 2 steps. You calm your body, you calm your feeling. Then by doing this, you shift out of the fight mode. You don't engage with the fight. And after that, with non-judgment, you listen out. You listen to the other party. What is the misunderstanding? No judging, not about winning. I'm not trying to play the win. I only want to listen. What is the complaint? Why you feel anger, angry? Try to understand. Not judgment, not winning, and then just to understand. By doing this step, you are now very calm and you can listen to the other party really well. And by doing that, later on, you understand. Suddenly, you felt that the other party are in pain, and they are the one that need help, and you're willing to help them. This is how we generate compassion here. Compassion not something concept, I want to be compassionate, but the compassion arises naturally from the understanding. Okay, we let the master explain this, demonstrate it to you. It's a very short talk, about 9 minutes.
Do you think that your anger has come from the outside in and now you want out again? Are you sure that the anger is coming from the outside? That is a counter question. In Plum Village, we learn how to deal with our anger, how to take care of our anger. Village, we learn how to deal with our anger, how to take care of our anger. Anger is not something pleasant. It's like the mud. But without the mud, you cannot grow lotus flowers. So the mud is useful somehow. So your anger is useful somehow. So maybe you should not get it out. You should not throw it away. If you know how to make good use of your anger, you can grow the lotus of peace, of joy, of forgiveness. And this is a very deep teaching in Plum Village. We have been learning about this. Anger comes up not from the outside, but from the inside. Because we do not understand, and that is why we cannot love. And if we look deeply, we listen deeply, we'll be able to understand. And when we understand, there is love. And when there is love, anger just transforms itself. You don't have to take anger and throw it away. In fact, anger is something that you can use, and if you hold that anger in understanding, in compassion, then anger becomes something like love, like compassion. I will give you an example. The other fellow this morning said something unkind to you. He did something, or he said something unkind to you, and you suffer, and anger is coming up. And usually, if you are not a good practitioner, you want to give that boy or that girl a punch. Punish him or her. And that is anger in us. And that anger is a kind of mud. It could smear everything. So we need to be aware that that mud of anger we have to handle, and do not let the mud to smear us and smear the other person. So you may like to breathe in calmly, mindfully, and look at that boy or girl. And what do you see in him or in her? You see there is a violence in him, there is anger, suffering in him or in her. If that boy or girl is happy, he will not he would not have said something mean like that. He wouldn't have done something violent like that. But he did not have the happiness. He does not have the happiness in him. That is why he suffer. And when he suffer like that, he want to get his suffering out by saying something mean to you or doing something unkind to you, and he think that by doing so he will suffer less. That's not very intelligent. So when you look and you see that boy is unhappy, there is anger, violence in him, and he does not know how to handle the violence in him, the unhappiness in him. That is why he suffers. And when he suffers like that, it's natural that he make people around him suffer. So when you see the anger in him or in her, and you understand that anger, you are no longer angry at him. Poor boy, poor little boy, poor little girl, they suffer. I don't want to punish him, to make him suffer more. I want to make him suffer less. And you smile to him. He said, dear friend, I know that you suffer. I'm not angry at you, even if you have said something like that to me, even if you have done something like that to me, because you suffer a lot. So I don't blame you. I'm not angry at you. I'm breathing in and out. I understand you. That is why I'm not angry at you. I do not suffer. You are a good practitioner. And he will be amazed. Other people will react differently. They will hit him or tell him something very mean. But you are not doing like that. You are reacting in a very different way, with tenderness, loving kindness, smile. And he will be amazed. And one day he will ask you, how can you do that? When someone said something very brutal, very mean, and does something very violent like that, and you still keep your calm, your peace. How? And then you tell him, you tell her how you have come to plum village and learn that kind of mindful breathing and recognize the anger and recognize anger in you and in that person. So we come here as very young people, and we learn these wonderful things. And you might be able to share that with your friends when you go back to school. That is also a good question.
Did you observe or realize how we can transform the negative emotion into understanding, and even you're willing to help the other party? When you're willing to help, this is where we say compassions arise. Yeah. Let's just recap. You see, the master say, when the other party do some unjust thing to us, we don't respond immediately, but we come back to our breathing. Yeah, breathe in, breathe out. Yeah, to calm our body and calm our emotions. Then you're able to listen, to observe, to look. And by doing that, you're able to understand the other party. And you find that that party also is in pain. that party also, the same party that tried to victimize you, in fact, he or her itself is victim. Yeah. That's why he's not happy, but he don't know. He's unskillful. He's not unskillful like you. He never learned how to deal with this anger. The only way is to throw tantrums. Think that by doing that, he feel better, but most of the time he don't feel better. Yeah. And after that, you understand and you try to help. Yeah. Yeah. I think I told you I managed to reconcile with my mother, you know. Of course, at that moment, I haven't really learned about this skill, but accidentally I managed to apply this, you know. After I became a Buddhist, or to learn the Dhamma, then I realized one thing. In fact, all of us have negative seed in us. All of us have 3 evil roots, isn't it? The anger, the greed, you know, and the delusions. Every one of us have. It's just at different degree. Maybe some friends have more anger seed in them. Some maybe more greed. Maybe some of them more deluded. Yeah, I also have this. My mother also have this. It means anyone that before enlightenment, what I can say is, we have some kind of mental sickness, isn't it? Mental sickness, the ultimate term. We still have this evil root. By contemplating on that, I say, okay, I also sick. My mom also sick. Why can't I, you know, be more understanding? You know, I don't want to engage any argument with her. You know, when I went back to hometown from KL, then I just stopped, you know. Suddenly I stopped. It's just because I said, since I'm also a sick person, he also a sick person, then we can accommodating. Yeah. It's just like if you can accommodating someone that's sick, that throw tantrum, right? Because since he's sick, then he's unhappy or his body unwell, then we can become understanding, more you know, able to accommodate them. By doing that, I start to listen, observe my mom. And surprisingly, I gained the understanding. It's not because she don't love me, you know. When I doing bicycle, came back, she punished me. Okay, you cannot ride bicycle to all here and there. She don't know any skill. He just know how to punish and stop me to ride bicycle. But when I stopped fighting with her, I realized that she did that out of love. She wanted to prevent me to meet any accidents. And I tried to recall all the moment, all the confrontation, all the misunderstanding I have, and remove all the harsh word or punishment. I able to see her intention is love. But she don't know the skill to love. Yeah. She learned the skill from who? I tried to trace back. And true enough, her father also used a lot of brutal punishment. Punishment. You know? I asked them, what happened during your younger life? Because sometimes they talk among the sister, sibling, or my grandmother, they will recall some event where the fathers punished, you know, especially my auntie. There's one incident, he used the wooden stick, just hit on the feet, swell immediately, and can't walk for 2 weeks. You know, the kind of brutal punishment. You know. I think my grandfather also practiced some kung fu as well. Yeah. But not use the kung fu in the right way, you know. It's mean. Oh my God, I said, my mother learned this. She was a victim of this kind of brutal punishment, and he learned this skill. And he uses skill to execute his care and love. Because she learned from the father, you know. Then I asked about my grandfather, younger life. And true enough, my great-grandfather is also hot-tempered. I recall I heard one incident where my grandfather, at the age of 10 or 11, the father will summon him to buy alcohol in the night. You know, in those days, small place in China, I don't know, they say haunted place, some haunted place. Ancient time, the ghosts are more powerful. Scared. 10 years old, scared, refused to walk out at night to buy the alcohol for my great-grandfather. Same punishment, you know. You can see all this so-called negative energy, it passed down, you know. Of course, they do pass out positive energy as well. The strength they have, sure they have weakness as well. It means it passed down generation after generations until us at these generations. Then the interesting questions to ask you, each of you, let's do inventory check. What kind of good quality that you inherit from a family, and what kind of negative you inherit from your family? Does you also learn the same thing and apply on your children? It may happen. Yeah, it may happen. Yeah. If you don't transform now, it means it will pass down to the next generation and the next generation. And I think we are quite fortunate. We come to KMBS, we learn about this practice, and we have a chance to transform this. When we transform in these generations, like just now the exercise that we did, calm my feeling, and you're able to reconcile with yourself, and you can reconcile with your parents as well. Yeah. In fact, the same exercise that we did just now, not only doing real-time reconciliations, it also can heal the past as well. If your parents had passed away, you still can, you know, recall the kind of relationship, recall the kind of feeling that you have in your heart. You do the same thing. You breathe. You recognize this relationship in the past. They are good and they are bad. And you still can heal the bad part of it. You're aware of this, you recall them, and then you calm them. And use your mindfulness to transform them. Even your granny, they're still in you. Because our blood have their blood, isn't it? I still can revisit the love that my grandmother gave me. Yeah. There's a practice of the a skill to promote joy and also transform the negative into happiness. You see the picture is a composing, right? Top right corner, there's all the rubbish, including the cow dung or chicken dungs that they do the compost. By doing the propose, put into a composing, it turns into the most beautiful soil to plant a new plant. So this is called composing. What we did just now is exactly like this. We turn the negative energy, when we call our mindful, we embrace it, it turns into wholesome. How beautiful. When we have wholesome thought arise, we sustain it. And when a negative emotion comes, we embrace with mindfulness and we turn into a wholesome moment as well. When you have a wholesome moment, then we will able to this wholesome right, as everybody say, and it will generate good seed back to your store. To your store. That's why we are not afraid to face with negative emotions, because we learn the skill. We know this spiritual kung fu, to deal with. Yeah. Okay, we have 15 minutes for Q&A. The section.
Yeah, all right, Chef. So now into Q&A session. You can ask any queries relating to this
Today
talk.
the practice.
Yeah.
I reconcile quietly without her knowing. Yeah. Basically, I able to accept her. I can able to embrace her. Yeah, she's still an angry person. But this year, I make resolutions. I would want to lead her to see her relationship with her father. It means I make these intentions this year to lead her to see her relationship with her father, and hopefully she can reconcile with her father. By then, hopefully he become a happy person. It means I reconcile with her. I'm okay already, but she's still not okay. But at my level, I transform. My relationship with her is beautiful, But her relationship with her father, or those passed away, is not beautiful yet. My intention is to lead her to see that, in fact, her father is also a victim of his father. It's not because he want to punish them. It's because that's the only skill he learned from the parents. Am I answer a question? It seems my relationship with her is good. Of course, her natural tendency still easily get agitated. This is her nature. Yeah. But at least at my level, I transform. It means if I will have children, at least that relationship also transform. Of course, I don't have children. Yeah, I don't have children. Yeah. Yes. Okay?
Next question.
Yeah. Why you think that would be the case? Mm-hmm. Mm-mm. Mm-hmm. Of course, you can voice. You can say that, I'm not happy. Whatever you did just now, it hurt me a lot. It's very unreasonable. From my point of view, you still can voice your concern, but when during the confrontations, by doing this, whether the other person change or not, you will feel much better already, right? Because you don't feel the hurt anymore. If we truly practice this thing, not just theory, but we truly practice it, it means at this juncture, we are no longer suffer, you know. Instead of try to fight and win the other fella, try to prove that you should have not done this, it's unreasonable, you did this on me, it's unfair and all this, then we still continue to be suffer, you know. We become victim because he's more authority in the family. I suffer, I become a victim. But by doing this, we take care of ourselves first. We calm our body, we calm our emotions. After we calm our emotions, we are not affected by it. We try to look or listen to the other party. And from here, you realize that, oh my God, he himself is a victim from his parent. And he needs help. Since we are family, you would like to help him. Even though he does not change or respond to you, but at this juncture, where is your suffer, your pain? Already transformed into compassion. You want to help. It means at this juncture, you are free from suffering. Whether he changed or not, then it depends his condition already. If he hard-headed, he don't see the Dhamma, still in the dark, he continue to suffer. But it's just that we want to help. The beautiful thing is, at this moment, you're already free from suffering. When you have compassion, through compassion, you don't feel hurt anymore. It's not just theory. It's something that we can practice. Yeah. In the past, we may think, oh, compassion. Okay, I want to help. All this. But it maybe just remain as a concept. But if we really truly practice this from understanding and you want to help, itself is already compassion. It's no longer a concept because you truly want to help. He's my family member. You know, I love him anyway. You know, yeah. There's some study found that although it may appear that we choose our spouse, but sometimes what truly choose our spouse is the little child in our heart, the relationship between our parents. We revisit that relationship. Although we may think we choose our spouse, I take that lang loi or whatever, or that's lang jai whatever. You thought you control the situation, you choose him to be your spouse, but most of the time, your heart is looking towards something missing in your parent relationship. Or revisit your parent relationship, familiarity. It's again, is the energy that passing down to us that we still have to transform it. You know, that's why, of course, most of us married to the very supportive spouse, but sometimes you have your good seat and bad seat. I have my good seat and bad seat. Sometimes it get crashed. Yeah, get crashed. In short, at this moment, you're already free from suffering already. And you're continuing helping the other person. Whether he receive your help or transform, then it's his condition already. Okay. This authority figure or angry person or bossy people, they themselves also the victim of their own situations. Mm-hmm. With the same answer, you are taking care of yourself already. We are not trying to solve their problem, you know. But we solve ours first, and then from there, we are switching from a victim feeling suffering into someone willing to help. It means I don't feel suffer anymore. The person is angry. He himself also a victim of someone. Whether he have the affinity or condition to learn about this method. But for you or for us, we already taking care of our already. Get the thing? It's the same questions. It just one is family, one is working place. Same. I don't want to repeat the answer. Do you get it? Yeah, it's the same. We take care of ourselves and the relationship. That's it. Whether he changed or not. But whether, even if he don't change, it does not affect me anymore. You know. When he angry, another situation, another issue, then again I apply the same thing. I stop. I look deeply. I gain better understanding. And I respond better. Isn't it? If I can gain understanding and respond better, definitely the other person relationship can be improved. I know the boss concern. Okay. Then I know how to respond. Then he accept my performance. That's better. Is it? Instead of trying to win the argument. But we know his real intention, why he pushed me for that. Maybe sometimes he don't know. He just pushed. Yeah. We want to know the intention. In fact, this one is a brilliant negotiation skill. Isn't it? If you are confronted with negotiations, you use the same skill. You're able to understand his intention. If you are a salesperson, you use the same thing. You also know his real intention, the real motivation, why he want, what kind of property he want to look for. He want to look for a property fronting with a garden like this. But if we don't know his intentions, we try to sell him other product, for the arguments which he don't willing to pay. But by knowing, not try to win the arguments, but understand his need, I find a property unique for him. He willing to pay additional 20,000 for the property, you know. Basically, we become someone more understanding and able to handle the situation better. Yeah. The take back is you are no longer affected by this person. You are switching from a victim perspective, you switch into someone that willing to help, you know, like this. It's a shift of paradigms. We got to practice it. Yeah. For example, there's one Dhamma Speaker mentioned, there's one incident, he rushing for hours, he want to get into LRT, but right in front of her, there's a lady, young lady, doesn't seem to want to give the way, it's blocking the way. Then he said, she realized that the LRT is so crowded, why can't she move, you know, a bit closer to the poles, you know, so crowded, you know. This way we have the, what we recognize is this lady is inconsiderate. But when he finally moved to the same level, a good angle of view, he realized that, oh, it's a pregnant lady. A young pregnant lady, first pregnancy, very nice, but in front, you know, from a back, you cannot tell, you know. But I realized, oh my God, it's a pregnancy, it's a pregnant lady. Do you see the shift of paradigm? Suddenly you understand, oh, that's why she have a problem. You know, it's the same thing. It's a shift of paradigm. Now, being a victim. Is it? Yeah. Okay, we can move on to the one last question.
Yeah, one last
Yeah.
question.
Yep. I presume at this moment you already you're no longer the victim of their. Okay. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, from what you say, you try to help, right? Yeah, yeah. I think one thing is we practice, and then if they recognize that we transform, then they will be curious, you know. But at least our relationship is better, and then they will also curious about your practice also. And whether they want to practice or not, we only can lead or motivate them or try our best, you know. Frankly, in the past, I also tried to lead them to Dhamma, like my parents, but not that successful. Yeah, especially my father. My father is someone think if someone die, it's back to zero. He had this kind of concept, which he don't believe in spiritual practice. For him, it's like 人死了一了百了. The material no more already, no more already. That's why he's not keen. My mother more towards the bye type, you know. And even my brother had an accident and passed away 6 years back. There seems to have opportunity for them to get closer to the Dhamma, but not successful also. That's why I try, but I don't know. I also don't have a answer for you, but just help, you know. See, we cannot hard up on the result. That's why this year I make a resolution and say, okay, I want to lead my mom to see his relationship with his father, and then hopefully can make her to be a happier person, you know. I just want to do this and see how it go. The rest, what can I do, is only giving them material support, you know, to make them happy. But elderly people always say, 哎呀，我老咗咯，冇用咯，又唔可以賺錢咯，又呢度痛嗰度痛咯 very suffering sometimes. Those really, like you say, is their own delusions, you know. They felt I'm not productive anymore, and then I'm not useful anymore. Then I'm aged and I'm sick. I maybe become your burden. All this thing still troubling them, you know. Unless they're really willing to practice, you know. Try to look into sutta, see any Buddha advice for elderly people who have this common problem. Yeah. I think today we are more focused on this. Yeah. And also reconcile with our parents, whether they are alive or they are passed away. And also the relationship with our spouse and also children as well. Of course, I don't touch much on the children's because I don't have children's. Yeah, but the practice is the same. If you can lead yourself, place a hand at the abdomen and calm your body, and place a hand in your chest to calm your feeling, and you can teach your children the same thing. You know, You teach them. When they are not that skillful, you do together with them. Okay, mommy here's for you, and then we do that together. You know. No, if they're willing to say, okay, mommy, I need help. You know, I can't handle this. Then you do it together with them. After some time, then they learn the skill. When you're not around, at 2 a.m., when they face problems, they recall, oh, I know this spiritual kung fu. I want to use it. They also can use it, you know. Because collectively, when we start to practice, our mindfulness may not be that strong. We need to borrow, you know. For example, in this community, we can borrow. Let's say I'm just start to practice this. I'm still not strong, very strong in the mindfulness, but I come here to this KMBS, the support group or the meditation group. From there, I get the support. And go back to the family, it's the same. If you are the first person who practice in your family, you take the lead, and then slowly you build up. You also, you know, spread this and let them arm with this skill, and eventually your whole family, you know, can practice together. Just like the Kung Fu Panda, a team of it, you know, rather than one person. With this, I would like to conclude the sharing. Yeah, I wish you well and happy.
Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Okay. The summary and takeaway from Brother Tom's talk this morning. He touched on Anapanasati Sutta, which is mindfulness, which is a tool and aware of present moment without judging. He also talked about how to promote joy of ourselves. There are 2 ways he spoke of to promote joy. One is water the positive seed by promoting good qualities and value. The other one is mindful reconciliation. He also led us on mindfulness meditation exercise, which is very helpful to all of us. After that, we watched the video on how to deal or take care of our anger, presented by Venerable Thich Nhat Hanh. Okay, for further Dhamma reading, there are 3 suttas on happy living. The first one is the Gajanu Sutta, which is on 8 personality or conditions that lead to happiness in this life and future lives. The second sutta is Sigalovata Sutta. It's a layman's rules to how to live a proper life. The third sutta is the Dhammika Sutta, which are the rules for monks and laymen. Specifically for laymen, it's talking about the 5 and 8 precepts. Now let me quickly share some quotes on happiness by famous Buddhist personalities. The first one is, I'm sure someone may have heard of, is Matthew Ricard. He says that well-being joy is a deep sense of sincerity and fulfillment. Now this is Buddhist monk who is tested clinically the happiest person in the world, authored the book Happiness, a Guide to Developing Life's Most Important Skill. He has devoted his whole life to answer these 2 questions. What is happiness? And how can we all get some? His conclusion is that we can train our minds in the habits of happiness. That means being habitual in a happy situation. Bande Henapola Gunaratana says, our happiness is as a result of our actions. The third one is Venerable Thich Nhat Hanh, the famous Vietnamese Buddhist monk who says, happiness is being at peace in the present moment. Now the last quote is from Shanti Deva, an Indian Mahayana Buddhist monk who lived in the 8th century and authored the book, A Guide to Bodhisattva's Way of Life. And he has this very famous quote on joy and suffering. Whatever joy there is in this world, all comes from desiring others to be happy. And whatever suffering there is in this world, all comes from desiring myself to be happy. Okay, we have now come to the end of our Dhamma sharing. Let's now do the sharing of merits. We would like to thank Brother Tom for giving such an insightful Dharma sharing with us. With the merits gained today, may Brother Tom be well and happy, and may you cultivate more peace, joy, and happiness with your family members. May all the devas, all beings, and all spirits share and rejoice in these merits that we have acquired. May this lead to the attainment of success and the fullness of blessings. May our departed relatives share these merits and they be happy always. By the merits we have acquired, may we never follow the foolish, but instead associate with the wise on our path until Nibbana is attained, where all suffering ceases and unalloyed and eternal happiness exists. Now, in appreciation of Brother Tom's Dharma sharing, we would like to present a small token of appreciation to Brother Tom. Brother John. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Okay, please be in the kneeling position to pay our homage to the Buddha, Dhamma, and Sangha. Buddham bhujemi, Dhammam bhujemi, Sangham bhujemi. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Thank you, brothers and sisters, and may you have a good day and safe journey home.